Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Good day to my good people. All right, we live out here. I decided I was gonna jump on real quick and get live with y'all and dive in, like I said I was gonna do. All right, we're gonna dive in. We're gonna talk about some money principles, mentalities. The goal is to get y'all to become hood rich, man. Really, to get us to become hood rich, right? So that we got the money we need to take care of the things we need to take care of and get done. Now, as y'all know, I'm just a real one, right? I'm just coming through. The quality might not be what you need it to be. I'm not super tech savvy. It ain't even about that. I don't even mind, right? I'm just coming to give you some jewels. You do what you do with it, right? You eat the fish, you spit out the bones. You take what you can use and get rid of what you don't. All right. So we're gonna and I'm just gonna go live. I'm gonna wait, I suppose, till some people start kicking in there. I just do this as a warm up session. I don't know if the live can be reviewed later. I suppose it could be, or uploaded or chopped to some shorts and things like that. So, good morning. You know what I'm talking about? Good morning to y'all. Good morning to us. We live, baby. And what I'll do is start coming live. Um, it's about it's about working together as a community. It's about each one teach one. It's about the grind. It's about the hustle. We live. You know what I'm saying? It's about the hustle. We want to become hood rich, and we want to become hood rich, and it's a distinction. It's a difference between. And I'm warming the vocals, right? Because I see zero and zero. I'm just gonna grind it up. Let me tighten this chair up, so I ain't leaning all the way back. Boom. That's legit. Don't mind this little dude. I'm gonna get this thing twisted up today or cut off next month. Don't mind all that. We on here. All right. We want to become hood rich, but I'm gonna set up shop when it's study time. From the history of studying, right? Since the beginning of studying, whenever you studying, you wanna mess around and have some index cards. All right. I had an idea. I had an idea, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. We're gonna wait and see. So I'm new to live, but we're gonna finesse. We're gonna wait, and I'm looking at the people joining to see if people trickle in. Right? Boom. Tighten up on y'all. Waiting to see the people start joining in. It only take one, right? It take one, and it's a party. It take one, and it's a party. What I'll do is dropping markers. Boom. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. Not that just that we live, but and what I should do, what I'm already seeing, obviously. Mug wanna shoot out the fact that I'm going live. Green bubbies. Because I know some people be asking where the money at. You always talk about money. Look, that's money. If you need to see money, a 50 and a 20, 70 bones. That's money. If you want to see money, show me 70. You know what I'm talking about? Show me 70 subscribers. But we're gonna grind. What I'll do is piece this together. So obviously, if people don't join, they won't be able to ask questions. But what I'll do is piece this together and then chop it up and throw it on some shorts and or some videos. I'll probably do a live for, it depends. If people trickle in, I hang a little longer. If not, we'll warm up. So boom. At the 5 minute mark, we'll time it I'm hitting y'all real. Look, here we go. 5 minutes, boom. Here we go. It's all about becoming hood rich, right? We're gonna work together to become hood rich. Now, it's very important when I'm talking to y'all about becoming hood rich. I'm not glorifying money. I don't want y'all to get it twisted. I'm not talking about being materialistic, right? Let's not get it twisted. Because we don't money is not the end all be all. For me, it's really family, right? So and family is wealth. So we're not talking about we're not even talking about wealth, so to speak, right? Although as we go on and progress, you might hear me start diving in and really talking about fam a lot. I'm a fan of family. And I know family comes in many different shapes, sizes, and forms for a lot of different people. So that's good. Everybody can tap into a family. When we talking about becoming hood rich, we're not talking about being materialistic. Let that sink in. It's not about everything you can get, but it is about being in position, you know what I'm saying, to be comfortable. It is about being in position to be able to lend a helping hand if your children, your relatives need it. It is about managing your finances a little bit differently and then being wise about it. Okay, when we talk about being hood rich, you know, a lot of times we think when we hear that word rich, you got a bad rap to it. I'm not talking about, you know what I'm saying, Maserati rich. I can't get you there at the moment. I ain't there myself. What I can do is get you from where I used to be to where I'm at now. What I can do is get you, if you listen, you know what I'm saying, follow some of the tools, tips, and jewels I'm gonna drop. I can get you to get from where I used to be to where I'm at now. Now, I do need to drop the disclaimer. I suppose I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm just sharing my experience with whoever want to receive it. You understand? Really good for young teenagers. Really good for actually everybody, to be honest, the young kids too. But really good for new parents. This is really good information for new parents because I didn't know all the things I know now back then. You know what I'm saying? I did not know all the things I knew now. I know now back then when I was first a little, coming up in the game. So I'm gonna share it with y'all, man. And we're gonna get everybody to become hood rich if you want to be. Men, if you have families and things like that, and you find yourself struggling and you don't got, uh, you know, easy access to funds, or you robbing Peter to pay Paul. Talk to tune in, man. Tune in. Maybe help reduce some of the stress. Mothers, women, tap in. Single mothers, if you ain't got um, help around, tap in. We're gonna work together to help everybody become hood rich. And then shout out to um, the mother viewing right now. Look, the goal is to get everybody to become hood rich. And I was just saying, I can't get you to become, Maserati wealthy, but what I can do is get you to go become. I can bring you from where I used to be to where I am now, and we'll dive into my credibility or where I am now, and where I came from. Um, but you want to become hood rich, right? Where you're comfortable, you got enough funds to provide for yourself and possibly help others out. All right. So shout out to tuning in. We're gonna dive in, go over a couple ideas, mental focuses, focal points, right, for you to use. And I'm just coming to you straight real from the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you a little backstory. Let's go backstory time, um, real quick. And then obviously, as we progress and all this stuff, we'll review. A lot of time you'll hear me repeating some things and going over things. And that's just because, when you're trying to elevate people or help people out or just give information that you think you have. You don't know if it's going to be useful or not. But what the thing is, you talking to like many different people, many groups of people. All right. And so you'll hear me repeating it because some people need to hear it twice. Some people need to hear it 3 times, 4 times. All right. So we're going to dive in. Hopefully you can get everybody, especially we getting ready to go into year 2026. My B-Day coming up on December 31st, New Year's Eve. I think it'll be fun to go live again on the B-Day because that's a good. I'm telling everybody, like sometimes we spend too much money on holidays, on birthdays, and blah blah blah. And I'm part of it. I'm not immune to it. But you know, sometimes we can analyze how much we spending on these major days and then cut back. I think I will. I think that's a good idea. Later that day, I got little things to do. You know, once I get a little people coming through, I might have everybody chime in and do a little whoop whoop whoop, right? As part of the little content. Um, so don't forget, you know, hit the like, subscribe, and then throw a hello or comment in the little section, you know, and keep it rolling. Unless some more people trickle in or whatnot. But I'm gonna chop this up, right, and throw it out as some little shorts and things too later. But tap in, like, subscribe for sure. What we gonna do? Let's what I did was pulled out some index cards because when it's time to study, you want to have some index cards. All right. So we live, baby. And I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? It's time to become hood rich. Now, what you need to know is I'm at the crib. This ain't gonna be like your typical live where, you know, it's all quiet in the background. I'm at the crib. I got, you know, the fam in the house. Come on through. Slap that. Come on in here. Stay with us. Yeah, you all good. Get on that.
What's up?
Yeah, my little son. He'll be in the stream and stuff like that lady. You want back in or you want back out? You want back out?
I found it, Dad.
You know, hey, whoa, simmer down now. Yeah, the way you know I'm over there getting busy. I'm on his head, man. Right? Because I do when I start giving, I just want to set that as the president. What up, Jay? You know what I'm saying? I just want to set that as the president when I'm getting ready, you know, I'm getting busy on you. So let's talk. So I come from born and raised Chicago, Illinois, right? Straight about the projects, you know. And if you know, you know. I ain't gonna dive into what's up with the projects, but it's not an idea. I can't even say that though, because I'm a product of the projects. When I was a shorty, I used to think, yo, what are these projects? And for those that don't know what the projects is, like high-rise buildings with a lot of people living in the buildings. You know what I'm saying? In big old tall sky-rise buildings. Yeah, feel like a million of us living in one, you know what I'm saying, complex. So on top of each other. You know what I'm talking about? We on top of each other. And that's funky. So that's where I come from, man. You know, it's hard to make it out of there. A lot of people didn't make it out of there for sure. Shout out to the OG for maintaining and getting us into new environments. See, I'm a fan of, where you come from, right? Makes you into the person you are. So I don't ever knock where I come from, right? I come from the project. I can't say it's you know what I'm saying? It's the ghetto. Shout out to the ghetto though, because the ghetto is nice. And then when you get older and you got to get through certain situations, you realize you tap into that old ghetto mentality and you able to, you know what I'm saying, overcome many obstacles and hurdles with the right mindset. Go ahead and get ready. Yeah, no, we might have charged him up. But go ahead, type that liver on. You know what I'm saying? But so I come from the ghetto, man. Straight out the ghetto, the projects. You know what I'm saying? Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And so to make it this far, right, is a blessing. We already know that. We know what it is. The projects, the ghetto is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, got its challenges, but also it's lovely, right? Because we also I come from a good era too, where we used to knock on the neighbor's door, for some ketchup, sugar, you know what I'm saying, honey, knock knock. I'm at the door, go down there, talk to Miss, you know what I'm saying, Johnson, Miss Green, gave the ketchup, or they come knocking on our door. And look, part of becoming hood sometimes is tapping in with the community. You do want to be tapped in with the community a little bit, if not even just to have ears on the street to know what's going on as moving, because life keeps moving, and you better keep moving with it. You can't stand still, not for too long. Well, a little bit you can. We want to become hood rich, man. We want to become hood rich. We got to keep moving. keep trucking along. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some heart. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the right mindset, right? So, yeah, I come from there, and then inner city schools, obviously, no suburban, none of that. Right, come from right from the neighborhood, where we didn't have much. Where we had to heat the house with the stove. You know what I'm saying? Goodwills, food shelves, shelter. When we moved states to states, we moved to Minnesota. Shout out to Minnesota. We coming straight out of Minnesota right now. You know what I mean? Uh, we moved to Minnesota. Had to hit a shelter. Had to stay with my mom's peoples until we was able to get on our feet, get our own apartment, and do our thing. This with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Dad, them, all that. We doing all that move, right? Not me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm there, but my mom was the driver, right? So that's how I go. And shout out to the mom being the driver. The dad was there with her. You know what I'm saying? Different story for a different day. Shout out to the fam. So boom, little rugged boy doing his thing. I've always been I feel like I always been, even as a shorty, pretty good with money. I remember I thought I was rich when I first got my first $50. It was a $50 I got around 10 years old from my sister. Shout out to my sister. Gave me a 50 ball. I think she had just got taxes. If memory serves, she probably had just got taxes, right? And slid the boy a 50 ball. And so I thought I was rich as a shorty. You know what I'm saying? Went to the store, bought some candy. I grew up in a time we had you know, uh penny candy. You know what I'm saying? Penny candy stores around where you can go buy the little sugar cookies, the little strawberry joints, and strawberry candies with the filling inside, wrapped in that red polka dot wrapping with the green top. We grew up in that era, man, with the penny candy. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought I was rich. I went to got some candy. I went to got some toys from the dollar store, the Army Man in the bag. Used to buy them all the time. If you tap it in, we just talk story time, giving y'all a little whoop whoop on where I come from, how I was, you know what I'm saying, growing up. I remember, and so more of the story is though, and I get a little more, but I grew up poor in poverty. Now, as I've aged and got older, I do know that everybody is in poverty compared to the next man up. You know what I'm saying? Your broke ain't my broke ain't they broke ain't their broke. You feel me? So it's like that. But we grew up, struggling, hustling, and trying to get by. We grew up, you know what I'm saying? I remember we had a cousin uncle, and I say that because he was an older cousin, like 20 years older, really my dad's cousin. Uh, I remember him going to McDonald's, and this was a shorty, I remember. Going to McDonald's, digging in the not digging in, but grabbing it. At the end of the day, they throw away the stuff they didn't use, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. You grab bags of them, Dunkin' Donuts, same deal. Come to the crib with bags of McDonald's and donuts in trash bags. You know what I'm talking about? And we got to go through. I mean, and eat some of that. Coming from the straight up from the struggle, straight up from the hustle. And here he is now. You know what I'm talking about? Finna talk to y'all about becoming hood rich. So that you can put that together and see, like, where mug come from to where mug at. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of shout out to the 50, you know what I'm saying, sis gave me. When I was, you feel me, 10 years old, a little tight, a little pip, a little pip. Now look at that, I hit you with a 50 anytime, you know what I'm talking about? And so shout out to being a bitch y'all with a 50 ball anytime. So we live, baby. And I want to make sure I teach y'all some stuff. And this is for anybody that can get it. If you got ears to hear, then listen up. You know what I'm talking about? I told y'all I was going to hit y'all with some bullets. I was going to dive in. At the 20 mark, we'll start diving in a little more. At the 20-minute mark, we'll dive in a little bit. And we'll see which way we want to go. A lot of times I'm just kind of going off the cuff. I haven't even written nothing down, but today I do got a pen. I wanted to play around a little bit. I do got some markers. I was like, why not make it a little colorful? You feel me? I got the handy dandy index cards, right? Because when I was like, you know what we're going to do at some point? We'll do some vocabulary words when it comes to finances, man. Let me give you some words you might need to know. You know what I'm talking about? So we got the pen, we got the markers, we got some index cards, we got a 50 ball for those who saying where the money at. You ain't even got 50 to yourself. Talk about how you finna get us 50. I got it. And then I got a handy dandy notebook. I had went to the garage. Shout out to being able to go to the garage. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all gotta understand where I come from and where I'm at. And what I'm working on giving y'all. And of course, this is a hustle too, right? I'm definitely trying to get on like everybody get on and test the algorithm out on YouTube. Ain't gonna hold y'all. But at the same time, I'm more passionate about just sharing the information I am about, you know what I'm saying? Uh Making money off YouTube. I'm more passionate about sharing. Although if it was to make a little coin, shout out. If it didn't, I hope the subscribers we got are able to get something from this. That's really more important. It ain't even about really. I'm just playing the game because I got some time on the hand. But other than that, it ain't about that. It's about trying to help y'all become hood rich, and I grow with y'all to become hood rich. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about as I'm going. I'm hood rich right now at this level. I'm gonna try to help everybody win at their level. If you on my level, we can talk, right? If you under my level, couple levels down, we can talk, right? Because we can build up to right here at least, and then we on the level and we can talk. You know what I'm talking about? So that's where we at. I'm not really geeked on money. I'm not materialistic. No way, no shape, no form. I'm super cheap and frugal. Maybe when I go live on the B-Day, I'll have people tap in. I sure will. And then they can be like, yo, yeah, for sure. Buddy is cheap. I'll be like, sometimes I'm broke to the end of the year. Look, I'm broke to the end of the year. You don't even look my way. I'm broke to the end of the year. Sometimes you gotta have that mentality. Look, I ain't got nothing to spend. Man, actually, I gotta fast. I got no. I ain't even finna eat no food right now. I'm broke. Look, I need to cut back on the grocery bill. But I fasted one day a month. That's where I'm at with it, man. So we gonna dive in. We finna get. Look, if you want to become hood rich, if you ain't, if you ain't got it like you want to have it. You better tap in. You just gotta know. You gotta pick up on the energy. You want to become hood rich, tap in. Share this with your 40-year-olds, your 30-year-olds, your 20-year-olds. You feel me? Your 19-year-olds and little teenagers down. And if you got some 50-year-olds and plus, you can listen to this stuff. Start now. The stuff I'm gonna drop, you can start now. It ain't too late at all to become hood rich. And the whole thing is to win at your level. I'm the level I'm at now. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Last year or a year before, year and a half ago, I was like, I don't even want to be at this level. I was where I was at that level. I'm like, I like this level. I want to maintain this level that I'm at. Not right now where I was. I was thinking to myself, I want to maintain that level, and I'm Gucci. And I could have been Gucci and chilling and maintaining that level. Now I'm on a different level. And I ain't talking about. Remember, I tell y'all, it ain't about comparing yourself to nobody else. It's comparing yourself to you. So the level I was at, I was good because I'm comparing myself to me. I'm at this level. I'm competent at this level, master this level. But sometimes, different things come into play, and then you end up, elevating and going to the next level. Sometimes you're going by accident. Sometimes you go by choice. Sometimes you just, on the next level. The good news is, I like the analogy of like, treating this game of becoming hood rich or this money game or this game of life. I like the idea of levels and the analogy of like, like Mario or like a video game where you're on the first board, right? And then you pass that board, you can go to the next board, level up. You went to the next level. The good news is if you go to this next level and it's hard, in most of the games, if you're on this level, let's just say you level up 5 times because that's crazy to be there, and then you know what I'm talking about. But and it's okay. Don't get it twisted. All right, look, ain't no judgmental. I want everybody to become hood rich. I look when people win, I feel good. You know what I'm talking about. Say you're on level 5, you then pass level 1, 2, 3, 4. You made to level 5. Level 5 becomes too challenging. 5, my hand that man. Five is too challenging. But you know what I'm saying? Make sure we tight. When level 5 becomes too challenging, what you can always do is go back to level 4. Now, put that in some practical sense. Like I'm talking about, say you move into a 3-bedroom from a 2-bedroom, and the 2-bedroom costed you $700, and you was doing just fine, and you thought to yourself, "Oh, I got a little more bread, I got a raise, a promotion, or whatever, what have you, or I just came up on whatever kind of whoop." Then you want to level up and go up. Well, and now you in a 3-bedroom from a 2-bedroom. You done leveled up, blah, 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 but now you got to pay more. You was winning real good over here. You can always go right on back to over there where you was winning at. That's the cool thing. It's like a game. You can always go back to the level you beat. And a lot of times, I don't know if y'all remember them games, man. Don't act like you don't know. You can go back to the level you beat that you mastered and collect a lot of, say you need coins, right? You can go back to the level you beat, collect a few coins, get you back to where you want to be, or practical terms, if I had to use it go back to your mama house, come up off that rent real quick, going back to your mama house. I had to do that one time. You know what I'm saying? Collect your coin, build back up, and then going back to the level you want to try it again, you can go back. But just know you can always go back to level 4. If need be, you can go back to level 3. If you get too tight, going back to level 2 and collect those free coins real quick, because you know how to beat level 2. You know what I'm saying? You tried to hit level 5, it was too tight. Go back to level 2, get your bank up, and then try it again if you want to. Cool part is you can already beat 3, 4. You know how to get to 5 real quick. You know the steps, you know the process. You know how to get to 5. It's not a problem. You can go level 3 and see, like, hold on. Actually, I probably accidentally passed this level. I need to tighten up and see where the other little secrets at on this level, because I missed a couple, you know what I'm saying, turns, cuts, you know what I'm saying, tunnels. So you want to become hood rich, man. Think of it as in a game of levels, right? You want to level up. You want to level up, and then, you know what I'm saying, into a level that you're comfortable with and can maintain and can do. You don't want to play the board you keep dying on or losing all your coins on. You know what I'm talking about? You want to be able to be comfortable. That speaks to living within your means. And we ain't even got into that yet, right? Shout out to people that want to become hood rich. I want you to become hood rich. I'm your supporter. I support you. You feel me? If you got questions, ask them. More importantly, make sure you like, subscribe, and tap in. Hit the notification bell. Especially tap into when I start going live, because then, I be hustling a lot, and so I don't really got that much time to really be going back to review all the messages y'all might send in some of the videos. I'll try to dive in and hit a couple, but I don't got that much time to do that all the time. So it's better probably to catch them up on the live. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but then you can ask a question, I can answer the question. You can ask some more on top of that, I can answer that thing. You know what I'm saying? Then I can kind of engage a different way, and that's how I go. We're gonna work together to become hood rich. I think I'm gonna dive in and hit a couple deals, and then I'm gonna break up out of here. All right, and I'm gonna chop this up, throw it up there, and we'll do it live again the next time. And so, wants versus needs is some things we got to talk about. So when I had my first financial class, it was in high school. I want to say it was 9th grade. The teacher talked about wants versus needs, low key, and that stuff stuck with me, right, all the way to now, which is cool. When you hear some good stuff, it kind of sticks with you. We're gonna talk about wants versus needs. You want to be able to separate your wants from your needs, because you can find yourself wasting a lot of coin on your wants and not being able to take care of your needs. And so what are some wants and what are some needs, right? And for those that don't know, comment down below. This is a good one, right? I want y'all to comment down below. Let's get a thing listed. Let's get a list going. Put want, and I'm talking about, keep it smooth, y'all. Try and keep it cool. This is a family channel for real, like for the community. I do want the young bucks to tap in, so try to keep it smooth in your comments if you could. Um, but things you're buying that you want and things you're buying you need. Comment down below um, a want and a need. Want, boom, need, boom. Comment down below. I want, boom, I need, boom. And this as far as with your finances. And I'll give y'all a couple deals. You need food. This is something you gotta buy. It now, what kind of food and how much you need to spend on food is something we talk about, right? Because managing that little nuance, little deal can help elevate you. You do need food, but you do not need to spend an excessive amount on food. You may need to learn how to cook. All right. You need shelter. And so when we talk about finances and things, say you're on your own or you're living with your spouse or whatever, you need shelter. You need to pay your rent, your mortgage. That's a need. You got to do it. You got to do it. It's not debatable, right? If you don't, you might be out on the street. And we'll talk about way later down the line resources and things like that to help you pay some things. But I don't really deal with resources like that. I deal with getting it out the mud. And resources you can include it a little bit in getting it out the mud, but I'm talking strictly strong arm getting it out the mud. You feel me? Strong arm getting it out the mud. You feel me? Pop your collar, get them shoulders up, right? Strong arm getting it out the mud because you got a family to feed. Strong arm get out the mud because life ain't gonna stop, so we got to keep on moving. You feel me? So some wants though is toys for the kids. We just passed Christmas. Toys for the kids on Christmas is a want. It's not a need. A lot of times we want to do that stuff because we want to give them what we never had. And that's cute and that's cool. But when they get older and they need that money that you spent 18 years on buying $20 toys and you don't got the money to help them out with, shame on you a little bit. A little bit. Not that much. I got grace. We didn't shame on you a little bit. You know what? Video games, toys for the kids, new pairs of sneakers. These are sneakers. Now, it depends. If your shoes is talking to you, you need some shoes there. You know what I'm talking about? If they ain't talking to you, you got a couple pair, you don't need shoes. That's a want. If they talking to you, hey, buddy, they opening their mouth on you. Hey, buddy, they picking up, they shoveling snow when you walk. Hey, buddy, and you need some shoes. You got to do that. Some things when you got to do, you got to do. And there ain't no question about it. Some things you got to take care of, you got to take care of. Ain't no question about it. It's a need. Get it done. Shelter, food, electricity, phone bill, low key. Phones are up for grabs. Do you need a phone? Comment. We do. I know you need a phone, but do you need a phone? Comment down below. Is that a want or a need? Is a phone a want or a need? Internet. I mean, it's in this day and age, right? Internet is a need, kind of. But do you need internet? Not really. Not really. You kind of do, but not really. It depends. It's relative. It's relative. Write that down. Let's write that down as a vocabulary word. Relative. You feel me? When we talk about your family, we talking about relative to the individual. I mean, boom. I think that's how you spell it. Chat down there. Is that how you spell relative? All right. We talk about is relative to the individual on what they need and want in certain situations. It's relative. But what works for me may not work for you. What work for you may not work for them. It's relative to you and your situation. That's why we're talking about how to become hood rich, how to succeed at your level. Now, I'm talking to people who, we can talk to people on levels above us and still drop game on them. So if your level is above mine, tap in. You might learn something too. You know what I'm saying? If you above me, and I ain't the highest level, don't get it twisted. I'm maintaining. I know how to maintain. And so I want to help y'all get to the point where you can maintain at a decent clip, at a decent level. You know what I'm saying? But the blend, right, is where we got things that we need and they want, and they merge a little bit. They merge a little bit. Like cars. Do you need a car? Again, that's how you study. That's how you study. Again, it's relative. We about to become hood rich. I ain't gonna let y'all down. I'm over it. Look, I ain't gonna let y'all down. You know what I'm saying? We about to become hood rich. I ain't gonna let y'all down because I really got a heart for the people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people, man. Shout out to the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's how you study. Write the word down. Put it in the chat. Relative, man. It's relative. Do you need a car? Well, nah, you don't necessarily, but it's relative. If you live way away in the boonies and there ain't no jobs around and your job is an hour away, you probably need a car. Be it your car, ride share, neighbor car. I don't know how you finna get an hour away every day on the bus. It's gonna be tight. Can you do it? Yeah, you can do it. It's gonna be tight on the bus if the car ride is an hour away. You know what I'm saying? Bus gonna be forever away. You probably got to move to the city. You don't need a car. You can use public transportation, depending on your situation. It's relative. So a car is part of the blend. You know what I'm saying? If your job requires you to transport people, you need a car. If your job is a gig hustle, gig economy, you doing Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart, probably need a car. Some of them I think you can do with a bike or whatever, but you ain't doing Instacart or something like that without a car. You know what I'm saying? You need a car because if you pick the wrong order and they hit you with 75 items and you sitting there with 20 bags of groceries, yeah, that bike ain't gonna do it. Clothes is part of the blend. You need them, what you want. You know what I'm saying? You need them. You don't need a lot of them though. Bills. Depend on. So when I'm talking about bills for real, I ain't talking about the Netflix bill because that is a bill. That's a thing you need to pay. But I'm talking about the real bills that keep your stuff functioning, keep your lights on, keep your gas on, keep the roof over your head, food in your belly. Those bills. It's a need. Bills is you need to take care of them. Bills first. Bills is part of the need. You take care of your bills, and then you deal with getting what you want. So how that go, man? And like I said, phone is a blend too. What if your job requires you to have a phone? So phone is a blend. You don't need it, but it's hard to function in society without one. So everybody got one. We tapped in with phones right now. All right. We at the 38 minute mark on the Whoop. But obviously when I break it into shorts, it's gonna be different. Tap into all the stuff, let it spin. Let me wrap it up. We talked about wants versus need. You need to be able to separate them. We're gonna talk about it, ask questions. We're gonna talk about it. You need to separate your wants from your needs. Make sure you take care of your needs first, and then your wants separately. Okay. When we becoming hood rich, it's a mindset. It's a mindset, it's a mentality. When I stop chasing money, because you gotta get it. But when I stop chasing it, by that I mean worrying about it, it flowed more easily. When I stopped worrying about it, it flowed more easily. So don't worry about it. Because here's the deal. You in a situation where you need it. Worrying ain't gonna necessarily help you. Think about it. Don't worry about it. When I say don't worry about it, I mean don't stress about it. Money issues is one of the biggest concerns in families. One of the biggest disruptors to families, money concerns. You can't have that as the main priority. You feel me? You can't have that as the main priority. You can't be stressing about it, worrying about it. You just gotta think about it, figure out how to move it, because it's we'll roll with it. I like the idea of that money is energy, and you just gotta figure out how to find your feng shui, how to move that energy from one side to the next. You feel me? I'm off the cuff with y'all with that. So uh your mindset around money got to change. You know what I'm saying? You want to start thinking differently about it. Real simple. In order to become hood rich, if where you at right now hasn't yielded you the results you need, then maybe you're thinking about money the wrong way. All right. So we want everybody to become hood rich. We want to separate our wants from our needs. We want to understand that our situation is different from other people's situation. It's relative. All right. Relative to us. Relative. So don't. That's why I'm talking about not to compare yourself. When mental state, don't compare yourself to nobody else. You got to compare yourself to you. You got to compare yourself to you and only you, because then you can rationalize your situation where you at and figure out how you're gonna move different if you want to, or you can just accept where you at and you good. When we talking about this stuff, man, it's 10% what happened to you, 90% how you deal with it. You got to deal. Stuff gonna happen all day long. Stuff gonna happen all day long. You need to figure out how you're gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So adjust your mindset about money. Don't worry or stress about it too much. It's there. It's doing what it's doing. You need to do what you do. You need to be there and do what you do, right? You want to become hood rich? Tap in, follow the channel, separate your wants from your needs, engage, participate. We're going to dive in, study. We're going to dive in. We got the 50s. We're going to dive in. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to get everybody pulled up to where they're supposed to be. It's not crabs in a barrel. It's not somebody go up and we pull them down. It's not that. It's all about how we're going to work together and build each other up. You know what I'm saying? To tap in. How we're going to work together, build each other up, tap in. Don't be a hater. When you see somebody doing good, applaud that. Good job. It's not they doing better than you. They doing good. Applaud that. Good job. Wish you nothing but the best. I wish myself nothing but the best. Shout out to you for getting where you at. You got to do what you did, or things fell in line for you. That's great. Wow, I'm mad about that. Great. I'm happy for you. Yeah, and then subconsciously, yeah, I want that. And yeah, I'm like, wish I had that and all that. Maybe we do that. We human. Let's not get it twisted. I don't want y'all to get it twisted. I'm not holier than thou. I'm not holier than thou. Shout out to everybody who's doing their thing, man. I'm not holier than thou. And when I see some stuff, sometimes I'm like, ooh, wish that was me. But I'm not so tapped in on that thing, like, ooh, wish that was me. Why them? No. Shout out to them. Good luck, good stuff. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. I hope I can get to one day. Good come up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. And in a way you feel like, hey, when am I coming? When am I going in here? Look at God. When am I going in here? You ain't got it yet. You might not get there. You know what I'm saying? Except where you at. Except your plot. You feel me? You feel me? Keep on grinding, man. The main thing, you got to grind. You got to adjust your mind. You got to tap into videos like this. Especially like this. If you ain't never seen a mug coming straight at you, I'm straight at you with it. And look, I want you to become hood rich. I want you to change your mind. I want you to build your family up. I want you to take care of them babies. Shout out to the babies. I want you to, you know what I'm saying? I hope the family can stay together. But if you break up, I want you to be able to tap into some skill sets that you can use to get you over the hump. You know what I'm saying? Not to be able to stunt. If you broke up with your, you know what I'm saying, spouse, husband, wife, baby, daddy, baby, mom, whatever. It ain't to be like, look at me now, I'm hood rich, and you still where you at. No, we good. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's still maintaining and doing your thing. Family low-key is a business. Ain't gonna hold you. Family is low-key a business. So, like, especially, and obviously I'm a man, so I come from a man perspective, but I'm like, sure, if my children's mother, if my wifey is failing, how am I totally succeeding? She got to be in position because she looking at it them. You know what I'm saying? After all the investments. You feel me? It all combines. It all wraps back around to each other. You feel me? Tap in, like, subscribe, man. We're going to become hood rich together. I'm going to tap out at the 45-minute mark right here. Y'all going to see it in clips. We're going to tap out. Straight real one. You finna become hood rich. I want you to become hood rich. Let's work together to become hood rich. Let's maintain this level or either get to another level together, moving grinding. Tap in, like, subscribe, share the video for sure, especially with them 30-year-olds, man. Tap in, subscribe. They out here. I'll let y'all. We're gonna tap in later. Let me conclude this bad boy and start chopping it up and giving it to y'all so y'all can become hood rich. Change your mindset, stay focused, separate your wants from your needs. We out here for sure. I'm just reading this thing right the first time going live, so in that bad boy.